What is up, guys? Wraith here, Grey Bearded Gaming Society. We back on our little monkey. You see, we actually camped right here at the spawn point where our little elf chick that we found is. We're gonna beat her up real quick since we're here. But the community has spoken, so it is time to take us a road trip. We are going to make our way over to the docks in the in the Bad English Mountains and the Butcher Block Mountains. Make our way to S4Ep38. Hope we can find someone there who can give us a bind when we arrive, so we can safely go adventuring in Kunark. And we are going to make our way across to Warsliks Woods and try out some brutes action. So it's going to be a little while. I'm going to finish up, or maybe she's going to finish beating me up. One or the other is going to happen here, and then I will be on my way. So let's do some traveling.
One eternity later.
Alright, guys, we have finally made it. Traveling to Kunark back and forth when you can't teleport or gate or anything just kind of sucks. But we are here now, so let's see what we can do about trying to find ourselves a bind first and foremost, and then hopefully, maybe potentially a sow. That would be super, because we do have quite a long ways to run. Let's see what we can find. I won't bore everybody while I'm waiting to holler out for a bind, but I will check back in hopefully in a few minutes once we get a little something done. Alright, guys, it didn't take nearly as long as I was worried that it might, which is awesome. On top of that, we got a sow, we got a lev, we got a skin like nature. It is time to boogie. So done enough travel montage. I think for this one video, I think everybody knows the plan from here is we're going to cut across from S4Ep38 right across just the edge, the skirt right there of the Lake of the Ill Omen, and take our tunnel to the Warsliks Woods, which would pop us out south of the giant fort. From there, we can make ourselves north and up into some brute territory. So stick around, guys. We are on the roll, on the run, on the move. We're at Kunark. Let's do this. All right, gang. We are at the tunnel opening. We scouted out the scene. Now, these guys are a mix between green and blue, so we're definitely going to get some aggro. But in doing my homework ahead of time for a change, like a good boy, we break in this door right here, and we should be able to just stick to making right turns and make this happen. So here we go. Amazingly enough, we didn't seem to aggro at first. Nope, there they are. They didn't scream demons. All right. Right turn. Get stunned. Go this way. Do this. Go away now. Shoot. Shoot. Alright, so that's one room in front of us. Well, these other guys should go back to the front door. Yeah, that's right. Toss off. Go ahead. Don't need you around. Alright, and off we go here. Right, and should keep doing this. Don't go in there. Yeah, go this way. Go this way. Let's feign this. Everybody go away. Feign death for the win. Alright, so I mean, I think either that or we're lost in these tunnels forever and ever and ever. Maybe. Nope. We're lost forever and ever and ever. I'm not sure what I did. I missed something somewhere. Okay. So let me good times. Let me see if I can figure out where I am at now, because I have no clue. And we'll check back in a minute. Alright, so I think I figured out the fatal flaw in my genius plan, which was we were looking at the map from the wrong door. So this one should be what we need. All right, because this should, yeah, here we go. This looks like it's going to turn into a cave. Yeah, look at us figuring stuff out. I'd like to see all by ourselves, but no, using maps and using the /loc command to figure out where we were. But yeah, I've actually forgotten there was, I'm looking right at it, so I don't know how I messed this up. There were two entrances to this cave system. So we came in through the wrong one. So once we got that resolved, problem solved. So here we are now. I'd like to say safely in Warsliks Woods, but probably not so much. Probably not so much. So what we are going to do now is sneak our way out of here. It should pop us out, like I said, south of the giant fort. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the place that we want to go, right, is to the far northwest corner of the map. Up near the tunnels of Dalnir, right? I think that's where the brute should be. So that's where we're going to head to. And I'm going to spare you the time of me tiptoeing across the zone and dodging stuff. First we'll get out of our little cave, and then we'll head there. I think that's where I'm supposed to be. So off we go yet again. All right, gang. We have found it. We have located it. We have also run into both sides are currently camped by somebody else. So yeah, we found a little tunnel. The Warsliks Woods tunnels to Dalnir. I think that's how you pronounce it. And we ran to like the straight portion right out of the gate, and there's a very large ogre on the other side. On this side is a little erudite caster of some form and or variety. But there's corpses to be around. That means there are brutes in these parts somewhere. Now, how many? I have no idea. It's been a billion years since we've been here, and unfortunately this place is camped at the moment. So what we're going to do And we're going to go ahead and camp out here and see about coming back and maybe getting one of these camps a little bit later. It is kind of prime time-ish right now, so I was worried due to our timing that we would run into some pretty serious competition for the spots, but that is okay. Like I said, we found the spot. We didn't croak. So this tunnel was actually much easier to figure out than the Goblin tunnel. Unfortunately, it's not lined with brutes like it should be or could be, and obviously there's lots of stray stuff out here with the all the goblins and the giants and whatnot. But I think we're going to try to stick to the brutes. So we're going to check back in later and see if we can't commandeer us one of these brute camps. So stick around, guys, one more time for me, and we'll see if we can't get one of these oh so precious camps for ourselves. All right, gang, it is on, and we are battling our first brute. We actually got super lucky because the guy that was here, like I said, he went AFK for a while. I thought he was popping back and forth. You know, I kind of saluted him, kind of waved. He never really said much to me, and then finally he just popped back and admitted that he probably has a little bit of wife aggro, so he's probably done for. So we jumped right in on this guy, and we're going to see how we do. Now, from everything that hey, where are you going? You shall get back here and croak in an orderly fashion. Blam! So that's the first one down, and that was really not much of a challenge. Let's see, let's open up the old XP window here and see how we do on the next one. Got that weird combat music bug thing again. The handy thing, of course, about this one, like I said, they spawn relatively quickly. So let's see how we do. So this one's hit me, you know, a little bit harder. Must be all this spare change his partner just dropped for us. Let's drop that. We'll blame it on that. Call it a day. We'll min just because we can. Boot to the head. Yeah, these guys should be really good at picking. It's almost too bad there's not more of them in here. Because, you know, way to just first get to a camp and immediately get greedy with it. But either way, we're doing quite well against these guys. And, come on. Come on. There we go. Now, what was actually really fun is when we messed around with the Goblin tunnel, moving our way through there, we actually decided, like, all right, we're going to stop. We're going to beat up this one guy who was just kind of camping on top of us. Didn't even notice that his little buddy had slowed us on the way up. And we stood up, we started swinging. We were trying to figure out what's going on because we were just standing in place like nothing was happening. That was awesome experience. And he dropped a flame agate, which, let's see, P99. How much is this bad boy going to sell for? That is not bad. Not bad at all. Suppose there's any more of them hiding here. That's too bad. That would be awesome. All right, so, you know, we officially have ourselves a brute camp in Warsliks Woods. We have moved along. We're big kids now. We have traveled to... Now, I will say the trip here, it took forever. I'm so glad that the person that we got the bind from was a druid. Just so we get the buffs. Like, our soul is finally worn off. That's how long it took us to get here and really settle. I mean, yeah, in fairness, we were here for a few minutes, but not a whole lot. Like I said, we were actually about to just camp out, you know, in the tunnel behind the caster person when he was like, no, you go ahead and take him. I'm like, sweet. And then, you know, by that point, the soul and everything had worn off. I think we should be, even without this buff, we should be just fine. We'll know here in short order. But these guys are obviously worth a decent chunk of experience. So we're going to sit here and farm for a little while. Again, it took us longer to get here than I'd like to admit. But, you know, you'd think for someone who'd been playing EverQuest for 23 years, I wouldn't be as directionally challenged. Not a prayer. You take the maps away from me, yeah, I get lost constantly. It's been that way for 23 years. Always has been. I can still remember in the old days when we used to sit there and have like a binder next to our keyboard. We could flip to the map for the zones that we were looking at because they didn't have all that stuff, even online yet. So you couldn't even look at other screens and look it up there. You'd print it out. On top of that, I didn't know anybody ran, nobody ran multiple screens back then. Plus, who had space for multiple huge, gigantic CRT monitors, But, yeah, we'd have our book of all the maps and everything and flip the page of wherever map you're at. At least now I can bring it up on the other screen and still get lost to it. So, it's awesome. It is awesome. But we're going to sit around in here for a little while. We're going to do some beating up on some brutes and see, see how we can do it. So we're not going to be in here, unfortunately, all night long. But we will hold the spot down. We'll camp here and see if we can't maybe pick it up again, for sure. But like I said, for now, we're gonna farm for a little bit. All right, gang. So this spot has been outstanding, hands down. It has been outstanding. Now, even without the buffs, like towards the end of 28, right? Because we got our level. We are 29. We're already 20% into level. There was times we'd get down the stretch and it would hurt. And we'd have to bandage up some, but you're soloing in the middle of nowhere, so that's going to happen anyway. It's a little bit easier after level. We still take some shots. However, we're delivering more shots now than we were taking. The experience has been dynamite. It was quite annoying to get here, but hardly the end of the world. We thankfully again we got the druid. He hooked us up with some sow and some lev. We did get lost in the goblin caves one time, but past that, we had a pretty decent time finding here and finding our way here. Are you going for a swim, dude? Like, none of the other ones have made it that far. They've all turned around. But it has been great. We've actually been here for a while this evening. Shout outs to Feigned Death Lizards who never answered us. We've sat next to him. We've poked him a couple times. We've done lots of things just to see. We've been barely killing and he hasn't budged. So apparently at some point this was his camp. If he shows back up, we'll give him the camp back. Like I said, but it's been a very, very good camp. And it, decently hard to get a spot, right? Of course, this, according to what I was told, like this is Brutes 2 and Brutes 3 on the other side. I don't know if we're totally ready for Brutes 3 in terms of being able to keep all three of them down at the same time, which is why we just came over here. But a fair amount of cash as well, because I think these things are seven-ish plat a piece. I mean, that's 70 plat. Think between some of these are, four-ish plat, 5. So, I mean, we're somewhere in at least 100 plat. We do have 100 plat in loose items, and then we've made, again, here, we're, I can't remember how much it was that we actually started with. Some of these guys drop up to as much of a plat in gold, sometimes just a straight-up plat in just cash. Or platinum. So, the cash should be decent. It's going to stink getting it all out of here a little bit. But, so all in all, this spot has been amazing. We are definitely not going to leave here in a big hurry because, again, the experience is so good. And I feel like we're making good cash. It's just finding it at the right spot. Absolute shout-outs to the community. I think there was a 4 or 5... post thread where everybody's like, yep, this is what you got to do, this is what you got to do, this is what you got to do. So, the community shouts out, we listen. This spot has been great. You guys are awesome. We're going to spend, hopefully, like our next couple play sessions farming in here, just to see, based on the levels of some of the other guys who've been around in here, it should carry us, even into the 30s a couple times. I think that was like level 32, I think, on the other side at one point. So, obviously, the experience is still pretty good. And, there's cash to be made, so outstanding. But I think that's going to be it for this time. I don't want to go too far down trying to film things and stretch the video out too far. But as always, guys, if you do like what we're doing on the channel, hey, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe smash that subscribe button down below. We do love to hear from the community. Not only do we hear from the community, but we listen to the community. This spot has been awesome. You guys are awesome. We'll keep farming here. But until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest. And we'll catch you guys next time. Night, guys.